Jeff Snyder here at TheWrap's Sundance video studio, and I'm here with the team behind Christine, one of my most anticipated films of the festival. We've got Tracy Letts, Michael C. Hall, Rebecca Hall, Antonio Campos, and Craig Shilowich. Guys, thanks for coming in. I've been fascinated by this story, which I was aware of before this film was announced, on TheWrap, by the way. So what inspired you to tell the story of Christine Chubbuck?
I was researching another project, actually, about a South Korean teenager who had died while playing video games for 3 straight days. I started just like clicking around on the internet, and he was on a list of like weird deaths, and Christine's story like also appeared on that list, and I clicked on that, and then just something kind of flipped on in me, and I just tracked into this story, and I got obsessed with it, and I just worked on it for like 2 years up until I met Antonio, and then we all started working on it together.
Rebecca, what was the challenge for you in playing someone suffering from depression?
I felt that was important. I felt that there was something really extraordinary about this character on the page. She never struck me as maudlin. I felt that this portrayal was very accurate, very vibrant, and very relatable and lovable as well, in a strange way. For my money, she's someone who's desperately trying to live and trying to get out and trying to be the person that she is, and she just keeps on coming up against problems, and it keeps getting worse, and she doesn't have the tools to deal with those problems, and so it falls apart from there. It was a hard process, but it was also, I really loved her.
And Michael and Tracy, where do you guys fit into this story?
I have the head anchor at the station and have an interest in Christine for reasons that reveal themselves as the story unfolds, reasons that maybe we don't quite suspect. Like so many of the characters in this movie, George is apparently one thing when we meet him and is revealed to be something more than that, other than that, deeper than that, and that was a part of the appeal of playing the role.
And Tracy?
I play the boss, and a guy who's, sort of an interesting moment in history, in that it is a moment where the news is having to compete and having to sensationalize in order to compete.
Antonio, tell me, how important was it to you to capture the authenticity of the 70s?
One of the things we spent a lot of time and money to accomplish was the technology and the way that we captured images in the film, and getting equipment that was the equipment they used in '74, and if the characters were shooting on 16mm, we shot on 16mm, and if you're going to look at it, you looked at it through a movie scope. When we're shooting live on the stage, it's going straight to a control booth live, and if we're switching from camera 1 to camera 2, that's happening. So there was a lot of time spent on that, and it was a nightmare. The film is about Christine, and the film ends the way it ends, and we always knew that's the way it was going to end. But the journey to get there is what the film is, you know.
And also that the film is about, like you said, a lot of things. Otherwise, there's no inherent interest in making a piece of art about someone who did something shocking and unpleasant for the sake of that, because that's exploitation, and that's precisely what this isn't. Because this is trying to understand, you know, circumstances, and also it has ramifications for society on a larger basis, and all sorts of things that are more than that. It's not just sensationalism.